Filterisha cause kunokuhosho. Yeah, ngiyabona.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Sanbonani, good morning to everyone inside the hall. Ngicela usehlisele kancane umsindo ngenze izimemezelo ezimbalwa. Can you switch off the radio? Good morning, everyone. My name is Lizwi Masondo. I am here to make some few announcements in terms of the event that is taking place today. I am coming from a occupational health and safety. Firstly, greetings to everyone inside the hall. Kakhulukazi umntwana wakaphinda angene, the founder of the Mangosuthu University of Technology, Sogalis Sondi. And greetings and all firstly, I would like to announce where the ablution facilities are. For VIP, there are ablution facilities, toilets outside. You go out to that door, there are mobile toilets available for our VIPs. When you turn left, security. Audio, please. Audio, please. Thank you. Yeah, I was explaining, Uguti, if you go out that door, security will assist you and show you exactly where you need to go if you need a toilet or if you want to release yourself. And also, ordinary, there are also toilets on both sides for members who have been invited to this event. We have ensured that this venue is safe. We've identified all necessary risks and obviously controlled them accordingly. We are sure that this event is going to take place in a manner that is going to ensure that everybody is safe and we all return home safely. We also have emergency personnel, emergency management services. They are there on my left-hand side in the event of any emergency situation. They are readily available to assist us. On my back, there are doors which are used as emergency exit doors for people who are sitting on the stage, should we have any situation that require us to evacuate this building. All these doors can actually be used as emergency evacuation ways. My left, and we also have security personnel, marshals to assist should we have any emergency situation. We hopefully, and we are so happy that even our facility is well ventilated. You are feeling cooler inside this hall. and hopefully that the event will proceed accordingly as planned. And as the university, we are so happy to have you to be part and parcel of this inauguration of the Chancellor. Should you have any specific requirements, we have ushers around. They will assist you and guide you where to go if you need anything that requires your attention or emergency attention. We have also fire marshals around this particular area who are readily available to assist should we have any emergency situation. May I take this opportunity and thank each and everyone, and also wish you a safe trip when you go back to your destinations. Thank you. Sorry, audio please. Just one announcement. When the procession enters the hall, we are all requested to rise for the procession, but we'll announce that. Thank you.
A los que nos necesitan, que por cosas del destino andan por el mundo perdido, pues uno nunca sabe, caramba, cuando le llegue el momento que se encuentre en las mismas.
Cuando se acabarán los desamparados del mundo, la maldad y las guerras y el racismo en el mundo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start. I would like to make the following announcements before the program commences. Firstly, we kindly request that you switch off your cell phones for the full duration of the ceremony. If you have to keep it on, please put it on silent so that it doesn't disturb the proceedings. Secondly, the audience will be requested to rise when the academic procession enters the auditorium and to remain standing until requested to take your seats again. The third announcement, at the end of the ceremony, the audience will once again be requested to stand and to remain standing until the procession has left the auditorium. The fourth announcement, at the conclusion of the official inauguration ceremony, everyone present is invited to the reception that will take place outside of Seme Hall. The restrooms are just outside the hall. Please request the ushers to direct you accordingly. Dr. Masala. You may take your seat, ladies and gentlemen. I will direct as soon as the procession is ready to enter the hall for you to rise. I'm just waiting for a signal to indicate they are ready. The minister just arrived. I'm sure they are just settling in. In no time, the procession will move in and we can start. I'm waiting for a signal. Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise for the academic procession to move in? The Vice Chancellor will constitute the session.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I declare this occasion a legal congregation of the University of Mangosuthu University of Technology. Please take your seats.
Next on the program will be the administrator to do a word of welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
As the administrator of the Mangosuthu University of Technology, I extend an heartfelt welcome to all attending this inauguration ceremony of the new Chancellor. We are particularly grateful for the presence of various dignitaries who have joined us for this prestigious occasion. I would like to recognize the following people who have joined in the academic procession. Dr. Blayton Zamande, the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation. Madam Bridget Motsepe Gadebe, Pan-African Parliament Ambassador for Women Entrepreneurship and Economic Development in Africa. Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the MUT founder. Ms. Anlin Sun, Acting Consul General of the Chinese Consulate in eThekwini. Dr. Nkosinathi Sishi, Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training. Dr. Marcia Sokiwa, Deputy Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training. Emeritus Justice Sisi Kampepe, Chancellor of the University of Pretoria. Dr. Judy Dlamini, the Chancellor of the University of Witwatersrand. And then, very importantly, Mr. Sandile Zungu, the Chancellor-elect, and his family. Heart word of welcome here this morning. Professor Marcus Ramugale, the MUT Acting Vice Chancellor. Mr. Tilson Magnoni, the Chair of the Tshwane University of Technology Council, and also the Chair of NACI. Members of the Royal Family, Captains of Industry, Executive Management of MUT, the Student Representative Council, the Convocation Executive, MUT staff, and students. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now welcome. Today's ceremony is also an opportunity for MUT to pay a special tribute to Umlazi Township, which the institution proudly calls its home. There's no better way to say thank you to Umlazi than by choosing one of its own to be a Vice Chancellor. The decision is not only an expression of faith in the university's immediate community, but it's also a reminder that the destiny of the university and that of Umlazi is intertwined. Universities pay careful consideration when choosing their leaders who will officially represent the institution because of the great responsibilities bestowed on universities in this country. If a fish rots from the head down, it is safe to surmise that a healthy fish is also healthy from the head down. This idiom is a reminder that it matters who leads, important who is leading this university. Conversely, not everyone can lead. This is more so in the South African higher education system, which faces several complex challenges. I don't have to tell you about it. Mr. Chancellor, the university is humbled that you accept its request. But to whom much is given, much will be required. This university trusts that you will see value in contributing to its re-energizing efforts to create meaningful partnerships with corporate South Africa, strategic, vibrant partnerships, not just a list of partnerships, strategic, vibrant. Your position in the business sector gives you the influence and respect that you can change the fortunes of this university, this national asset. It is well known that historically disadvantaged institutions are often not looked at favorably by potential donors and funders. This we must change. We hope that your association with MUT will remind the business community that if they are serious about making a difference that matters at this university, MUT should be the first stop. This university is a great place for those who want to contribute and make a difference. It's a great place to do that. I have no doubt, Mr. Chancellor, that you will render your responsibilities as Chancellor with great honor, humility, and I know with distinction. I wish you a fruitful journey at the Mangosuthu University of Technology, Chancellor. With those few words, I want to thank you. Siyabonga. Umuntu ngabantu.
We'll take a musical item before the Vice Chancellor takes the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the incoming Chancellor. Mr. Sandile Zungu was born and raised in Umlazi Township. He matriculated from Vukuzake High School here in Umlazi and went on to complete a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering and a Master of Business Administration with the University of Cape Town. He also completed the program for global leadership at Harvard Business School. Mr. Zungu is a highly respected business person whose track record includes being the founder and executive chairman of Zungu Investments Company. He's also the chairman of EOH Holdings. He is the non-executive director of Grand Road Limited and Novas Holdings. He's a member of the BRICS Business Council. He is the president of the Black Business Council. He is a member of the Presidential Black Economic Empowerment Advisory Council and chairperson of the University of Cape Town Graduate School of Business Board of Advisors. He also has won numerous awards in recognition of his business activities. His accolades include top 10 participants in the erstwhile KwaZulu-Natal Regional Finals of the Old Mutual National Science Olympiad, Business Map Dealmaker of the Year, Outstanding Business Strategy Award at the 6th Finals of the World Young Business Achievers, World Economic Forum's Global Leader for Tomorrow, and member of the World Economic Forum in his capacity as a young global leader. To soccer experts and enthusiasts, Mr. Zungu is better known for being the owner and president of Amazulu Football Club, a premier soccer league team based here in Umlazi. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to request the administrator to fetch the Vice Chancellor, the Chancellor to join us on the stage. Thank you very much. I now request the Chancellor, the Administrator, and the Registrar to stand up so that we can perform the investiture.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby declare that Mr. Sandile Zungu has been elected and installed as the Chancellor in accordance with the provisions of the Mangosuthu University of Technology. I now request the new Chancellor to deliver his inaugural address immediately, Chancellor, after the choir has performed.
Dr. Blade Nzimande, Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Madame Bridget Motsepe Khadebe, Pan-African Parliament Ambassador for Women Entrepreneurship and Economic Development in Africa, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the founder of Mangosuthu University of Technology, Ms. Anlin Sun, Acting Consul General of the Chinese Consulate in Durban, Dr. Nkosinathi Sishi, Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Marcia Soktigwa, Deputy Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training. I've not seen them, but I hope they are indeed here. Emeritus Justice Sisi Khampepe, Chancellor of the University of Pretoria, Dr. Judy Dlamini, Chancellor of the University of Witwatersrand, Mr. Tilson Manyoni, Chairman of the Council of Tshwane University of Technology, Professor Lawrence van Staden, the MUT Administrator, Professor Marcus Ramohale, the MUT Acting Vice Chancellor, members of the Zulu royal family here in present, captains of industry, executive management of Mangosuthu University of Technology, the Students' Representative Council, the Convocation Executive, MUT staff and students, distinguished guests, which includes my wife and children, umkhwe nomkhwe wami, omakubane, osbarbami, ondwalane, my brothers and sisters, friends, ladies and gentlemen. To supporters who are in attendance, all I can say is, hey, hey! I'm deeply honored, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity to contribute to Mangosuthu University of Technology as its chancellor for the next 5 years. I was initially reluctant to accept the chancellorship, only because of the caliber of leaders on whose shadow I now have to walk. Let's name former MUT chancellors: Reverend Dr. K.M. Gojo, the late, former Premier Willis Mchunu, and former Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. How do I begin to walk in the shoes of such African giants? But I'm not the one to shy away from responsibility. I therefore commit to doing my damnedest best to honor the tradition of chancellorship which my predecessors championed for this university. My journey and that of MUT are similar in many respects. Like MUT, I was born and raised in Umlaza Township, which is also where I matriculated. MUT and I also share a common first love: engineering. My first qualification is in mechanical engineering from UCT. And for MUT, engineering was the university's founding faculty. Many people probably know me better as a business person or an entrepreneur, which by coincidence is also where the university is headed. With this background in mind, I want to move to the crux of my speech, which will be very short. My speech will focus on the role that universities should play in serving the developmental needs of society in general and their immediate communities. My speech will not be academic, not in the original sense of the word, but I want to locate it
within the culture of public intellectualism. As such, I want to introduce an idea that challenges the often imagined barrier and or belief that to contribute to intellectual discourses about issues that our communities face, one must necessarily be an academic or a researcher. This idea forms the foundation of a lot of what I'm going to share with you. I am not the first person to comment on the role of universities, and neither will I be the last. For example, in his inauguration as Chancellor of UNISA, former President Thabo Mbeki said, I quote, "Higher education is also important for good citizenship and for enriching and diversifying people's lives." Close quote. While former President of Tanzania, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, in his 1963 seminal speech as Chancellor of the University of East Africa, said, I quote, "For, let us be quite clear, the university has not been established purely for prestige purposes. It has a very definite role to play in development in this area. And to do this effectively, it must be in and of the community it has been established to serve." Close quote. Part of what I'm doing with the speech is to invite you to imagine what the role of our beloved Mangosuthu University of Technology should be, given the current challenges. This is an important exercise for two reasons. One, MUT is located at the heart of a sprawling township, Umlazi, which means that its role cannot be the same as the role played by other relatively more privileged universities in their respective communities. And two, being located in Umlazi also means that the university has first-hand experience with some of the challenges that the community is faced with. But universities are where new ideas are developed, debated, and tested. It is also where future generations are educated and trained. Universities have a moral obligation to also train and educate their immediate community to meet their practical daily needs. For MUT, this will mean reaching out to various stakeholders and offering them much needed education on issues or subjects that have an impact on their lives and their development daily. In other words, MUT should be the center of knowledge, not only for those who have been accepted to study and have paid their tuition, but also for the rest of the community around it. As unemployment continues to wreak havoc, MUT is better positioned to champion entrepreneurship beyond the university's borders by offering seminars on subjects such as cash flow management, tax planning and compliance, customer management, and technology innovation in businesses, something that entrepreneurs nearby desperately need. This will help unlock the entrepreneurial potential of Umlazi Township and bring closer to MUT much needed corporate partnerships, because I know corporates are very keen to partner on these subjects. Institutions such as MUT also occupy a place of pride in the hearts and minds of the people of Umlazi and the rest of South Africa. On a symbolic level, the institution represents hope and ambition. Umlazi, like many of our townships, requires the revitalization of hope and ambition for citizens whose power banks of hope have been severely depleted. With its great symbolic power, MUT can restore hope Imagine MUT designing a comprehensive and accredited course for taxi drivers, which focuses on customer centricity, embracing technology, cashless payment methods, and safety, health, environment, and quality. Imagine giving these trained taxi drivers a certificate of attendance or more will restore hope and self-pride. For not only does that certificate say they have completed training at MUT, but it also says they have the potential to better their lives. Imagine the impact of that training on the lives of South Africans who use taxis daily and benefit to the tax industry on a sustainable basis. The possibilities are limitless when we begin to think of our mighty MUT in this way. Ask any young urban parent about the group of people who are most important in their parenting journey. I can assure you, 8 out of 10 will say grandparents. Out of those 8, 5 will probably say, if only they could also help with homework. Imagine a course designed to help pensioners who are grandparents to read and write and use at a basic level a computer with internet. Think about how proud these grandparents will be of their new sense of responsibility, which also allows them to share in the intellectual development of their grandchildren. Once again, this is how we will attract corporate partnerships, because I know corporates in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban, are very keen to partner on such simple endeavors, which impact on the daily lives of our people. After all, universities are part of an ecosystem of knowledge, generation, and sharing. What this means is that the university also has a double-edged role of producing and engaging with public intellectuals, or what Italian scholar Antonio Gramsci called the organic intellectual. These intellectuals come in various ages and genders and share their thoughts on various spaces and languages. More platforms are required to intentionally engage with these public intellectuals and the rest of our communities. MUT must be that platform. Knowledge sharing forms the basis for any attempt at developing knowledge that engages communities, because sharing knowledge is a two-way street. How can universities meet this obligation? MUT, like many other universities, has teaching and learning, research, and community. It is largely the thing that I think was key to intensifying the role of university. This university is rich with academics and researchers. It skills areas that would not really benefit to community. There are academics who are experts in accounting, in law, marketing, and agriculture, just to name a few. Refocusing community engagement to respond to constraints will revitalize hopes and ambitions of that country. MUT has also another untapped potential that students. We celebrate the students' graduations every year, but we start off giving thought to the fact that education is financial, funding, and we need to start integrating public service as part of the requirements for one to graduate. Every student contributes to increasing access to knowledge for community members who need it most. Why is the knowledge and students and not using his hands to assess household political awareness in our daily concept, especially when there's such. The same question applies to counter students. And students who excel in mathematics and sciences, to name a few. That in part also address the renal challenge of exporting and regulating. In conclusion, the university is only as good as the community that's around it. When the community prospers, the university prospers. With these few words, I wish to assure you, now we doesn't go back. But our penalty, that the need are very excited. And having the chancellor of the institution to conceptualize way back in Honorable Minister of London, the power of the chancellor of our institution to make this a world-class tertiary institution.
Oh, okay.
Proceeding with the program, ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed fitting for someone who's schooled in Lazi, where an institution such as Mangosuthu bestowed such an honor, and I learned it for the second time. You have been honored on this stage. And just a few days before Human Rights Day, one group indeed said, you deserve this, and we wish you all of the best. We're going to take a musical item from the choir, and immediately after the choir, we're going to take congratulatory messages from the people of the program. The first will be the president of the SLC in the center stage, immediately after the choir, and take this 3 to 5 minutes. And the representatives of the unions, if they appear, and president of the convocation, and representatives from the business, and the mayor's office, Councilor Francis Bonga, from the program, and the founder, Ms. Mangosuthu Mthelezi. I'm sure we will do a proper ushering for him, and then the Minister of Higher Education, they will also speak at their discretion. But I will request that the people that have called do so in the sequence that they've been mentioned. Right.
Cha, ukusura hicho. Ukiingiza kwenye. Lucky. Awuphindisa kubaveza abantu abaculayo. Amamayika off. Off amamayika.
My phone's up now, one of my phones.
Okay then.
One of my phones. Pino ako. Nomnan.
Philippine.
Nomnan kilo. My phones. That's one of my phones.
Pants. Pants. Canada pants.
as a president of everything. My congratulations to Chancellor of Unity, Mr. Santos, person who worked with us. So it's very easy for us now, the city, the students. So now we also our rights and our privileges and our beliefs we have every students. Because now the person who understands the struggle of their community, the person who has the place they are studying. So it means improvement in the university. I want to touch on some other things that we are discussing in the introduction of Mr. Sanjay Zoom. At the SRC, we very much access to education for students. So in this administration period, we need to have increase of progress of funds in the university. So that we are about the EMC of the university and also access to the university. We believe that the site does not provide access to those things. So that we have not only that in the university, but the university is in a place for their people, people as nationalities. So, operation of the is not we believe that we can have a bit of improvement with regards to access in the universities, especially in the community. Also, the ambassador of academic institute, we university academic excellence. So we expect that the academics are going to improve a lot this system in order to ensure that the graduates will produce everything quality and the basic standard that is expected in the campus, because we know that we are one of the universities that is so we believe that this will actually affect. We are going to the university
There's a Sunday ahead, and also shorter for Sunday.
So we believe that. And also, another thing which is concept of the first and most expected by the council is the student support. We know that the university is not only academic, requires the students. I want to see that. That is why the office of education tries to come up with a solution to provide and system to pay the office to provide the needs of the universities, basic activities for students to survive at the university. So we also expect an improvement in that regards. Another thing we can expect for the university is the function of
What's that?
so we are going to ask the university if they are going to and also to give the recognition these societies. We believe as a kind of now we put from the expensive of the expensive employment, so rather to go to the side of this way. So fortunately, the study is one of the principles that so we want to experience a growth regarding as we believe students then go out and provide employment for the citizens of South Africa who are unemployed, which they have thus been like the crime and all that because of So we, as the proposals, of assistant students to improve the education and those who are currently equipped with also promotes the innovation because we global issues. So this is must take must equip students with the students, our students can go to other countries and provide solutions to other countries. That will also include any service that we will be providing. So that also starts with the university. So we expect such things to take place. Also, the last thing will be
Mlungu, kunento abayenzayo ngesawundi la. Awulaleli kunento ababuye beyenze lapho ngesawundi bizwa
So they're trying to identify which people the parts. So they sort of them the parts and say the parts. So now,
You're right.
It's a kind of curriculum. I'm sure what you
On behalf of staff, we are happy to have you in our midst. We are happy that someone of your caliber would have interest or register an interest in our university. Your accolades speaks for themselves. You have never been associated or linked with any wrongdoing in your entire career. We are happy that you are here. We are hoping that you will provide the university the necessary support that it requires. As stakeholders, we would like to also engage you as our Chancellor in terms of how we see the university moving forward from our perspective as staff. Also, we would like to extend a sense of appreciation for the presence of the Minister today and through the intervention of the administrator to come and assist where there might have been challenges at the university. It shows that the Office of the Minister prioritizes MUT. We are very grateful for that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Ngibingelele bonke abantu abasendlini ngokukhethekile uShansela wesikhungo. Kuthiwa ngingabi ne-stage fright, ngachoose ukukhuluma ngesizulu. Umcimbi wanamhlanje umcimbi omkhulu. Siyawuthokozela kakhulu. Into eyenza ukuthi uthokozele kakhulu abantu abawuqala lo mshikashika. Lo mshikashika wabantu abasha ababona ukuthi kufanele sihambe ngokuhlukile kulokho. Bathi mebehlangana la behlangana khona, ngangingekho nami ngoba ngimusha kakhulu. Basho ukuthi cha, insizwa siyibonayo ukuthi iyona engawuphatha kahle lo msebenzi yile. Bayibuza-ke nezinye insizwa ukuthi zona ayibona kanjani. Yacaca ukuthi nezinye insizwa zabona ukuthi cha, insizwa le ingawuphatha lo msebenzi. Siyababongela eqala bona, singakayibongeli lensizwa. Sibongele labo bantu abasha. Sibe nethemba ukuthi insizwa le yakithi ngeke ibaphoxe. Prof Administrator, the Chancellor speaks about big shoes that he is going to be filling. I'm not making a comment on that, but I've been here for almost 18 years at this university. Some of the shoes were nice, but I'm not sure if they were big. And I will caution the Chancellor not to try to fit into those shoes. All of them. Yes, all of them. Not only the nice one. So, Mr. Chancellor, don't try to fit into those shoes. When we were walking up the stage, passing at the back, I saw the number of nice cars. And I had hope that in one of the programs that you are going to start as Chancellor to raise funds for bursaries for poor students, that all of those people who are driving those nice and lovely cars are going to make a contribution to that project. And we are joining this university at the right time. And you are the correct person that we need when we are having an advancement office, which is going to be going out to try and raise funds for the university. I'm sure one of the happiest persons is the TVC or the director in that office. I'm sure he's going to be needing a lot of your assistance. And we are hoping that you are going to be able to raise our profile out there. When the acting Vice Chancellor was reading your profile, I was smiling to myself that all those companies, all those people you sit with in those committees, if we can get at least 10% of them contributing to the fund that you will start, then as a university, and in particular as the people of Umlazi, indeed, we are going to speak. But that is not why I was asked to come here. I was asked to come here and congratulate you. Ngikhulumela abasebenzi balesikhungo. Siyakhalalisela Kwabini, Manzini, Geta, Mwaninga nkomo yasemayenyeni, nyama kayishi isha ngabaphephezeli. Wena waphuma ngenoni emgodini, sengwane.
The founder of our institution, Mntwana waPhindangene, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the Minister of Higher Education, Learning, Science and Innovation, Dr. Blade Zimande, Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohali, acting, the Administrator, Prof. Lawrence van Staden, the Executive Management present here, izivakashi zethu, izimenywa. I've seen Judge Khampempe, Chancellor of UP. All protocol observed. Igama usandile wawadlamini Sibongo, President we convocation eMangosuthu. We are grateful that this day has finally came. It wasn't an easy journey, but we are here now. It's worth celebration. We must say, Chancellor, Baba Manzini, Sengwai, umsebenzi obhekene nawo awulula neze. Udinga abantu abazimisele, abanothando nesineke. Siyakholelwa kuwe ukuthi Manzini uzowenza ngokugculisayo. Si-university ebizwa nge-historically disadvantaged. That's one of the things that we should pride ourselves with, Minister. Because it means whenever you think, wherever you are, first people that you think of, it's us. We are historically disadvantaged. We have not moved much ezintweni ezazisicindezele kule university. And we are confident that we are going to see the change. Our university is struggling financially. These are facts that we need to put out there. One of the motives behind the university electing Ubabu Sandile Zungu to be the chancellor was because it was struggling financially. We need that stream income, like yesterday. Minister, when you do your budget, we know you are going to give us grant. But I must tell you that if you don't, the university will shut down. That's how bad the situation is. There was a year in 2018 when I was the president of the SRC where you delayed to give the university funds. The university had to close until the new financial year. So that's the pain that we are coming from. And that's the pain, Babu Zungu, that we need to deal with, working with you hand in hand. We are confident that we will come out victorious now. We have had chancellors. And I'm sure even after we are still going to have chancellors. But we need chancellors that are going to leave a mark in our institution. We have been having politicians, no offense, Mpepeto. We have been appointing politicians to be chancellors. Not that they didn't do anything. No, we give credit to what they've done, but they did not live up to the expectation. We must say this. Babu Zungu are expecting a lot, and we appeal to you, go all out to deliver. And I must also highlight that part of the challenges that are crippling our institution, it's the student debt. MUT attracts the poor of the poorest. 99.9% of students of MUT are Africans, black in particular, 99.9%. You don't find people who come from the cities. You'll find your people from Nongoma, Yolundi, all the most rural places you'll think of. So you'd know. I've seen the chairperson of NSFAS Sport. NSFAS owes this institution a lot. Backing dating back, it owes a lot. Siyacela Mhlonishwa. Ikhululelo yamali university is a university. Every time when I receive a call, if it's a not saved number, I know it's a person who studied in MUT. President, can you assist me? I'm looking for my qualification. I was studying through NSFAS. The university says they can't give me my qualification because I'm still owing. Mina, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not owing. NSFAS was paying my fees. That's the language that is being spoken by all our graduates. We appeal to you, fast track paying MUT so that it can release the qualifications for our graduates. It's very interesting. The university wants these people to pay. It really wants them to pay. And these people, they really want to pay university. But now the university does not give them their qualification to say, go look for a job. Once you get a job, come back and pay us. It does want them to pay, but at the same time, it does not give them the tools that will assist them in paying back the university. I'm certain they would have paid had they got their qualification. But even them, it's not their fault. It starts back in NSFAS. So we appeal to you, Mhlonishwa, that please, in the presence of the minister, it's one of the challenges that this institution is facing. Let's do it. With all that being said, we congratulate you, Manzini, and we believe that the university has turned the corner and we are going to have a proper 4-5 years with you. Thank you.
Program Director, Inkosi Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi, Babzungu, nazo zonke ezinye izitatanyiso ezikhona namhlanje, sithi all protocols observed. My name is Sizwe Mngwango from this very township. Actually, it's my birthday today. Sugulam lokuzalwa, born at the polyclinic, a couple of 100 meters away from here, what D section Mlas. Standing in front of you, screaming, Hebe! Hebe! Babe ngapi? Babe ngapi? Making education fashionable. Throwing back to plus minus 1994, Sandile's son, aptly named Mfundo, was born. Never seen a black man stop working altogether. Taking his young wife, Zodwa, may her beloved soul rest in eternal peace. And then a 1-year-old boy pack up all his belongings to pursue an MBA dream in Cape Town, of all places. Thanks to Koo Langebeck, I don't know if you still remember Babzungu, who had offered to meet him halfway and foot his expenses, albeit in part. But the dream was all about Imfundo being fashionable, and no pun intended right there. For someone who didn't know Sandile, you would have assumed after Evukuzake, where we all matriculated, he actually matriculated at the age of 16, went on for his Form 6 at the prestigious Hilton College, thereafter UCT Mechanical Engineering, achieved in record time. A young man like that would look around his neighborhood, Kwapi, Gawababutembe, and count himself amongst the first in this, amongst the first in that, amongst the first in whatever. And therefore, I have achieved, and therefore, I have arrived. But no, not this Sandile Zungu, as you all call him today. Donald, as I knew him when we were in high school, when I was still called Welcome, Ubonga was still called Errol. The name Fundo was actually forced down our throats by Sandile in the mid-90s. When we all dream of calling our kids Abo Lionel Richie, Abo Brendi, Abo Tamiya, he came up with the name Fundo. To Sandile, that had a very deep-seated meaning, extremely, extremely deep. And he would go on and on in his own methodical way to prove to all and sundry, to prove to all of us the significance of Imfundo. The first of all alumni to go back to our high school, Evukuzake, to donate 20,000 rands. How he did that, honestly, I don't know. What a sacrifice you made, my brother. At that time, we were not earning even half of that per month in our respective employs. Very generous indeed. You named your son Fundo because of your love for education. You followed it through. You challenged our consciences to do more. You were deliberate and very purposeful on your side. Your love for education is unparalleled. It is so inspiring, to say the least. And you dragged us to Zungunes early in the year 2017. You had to make sure that before we all go there, you celebrate your 50th birthday with those kids from your early childhood school of Mafumbuka C-section in this very township, really underlining that before you can even enjoy being a 50-year-old young man, Imfundo was very important to you. You are distinguished. Your word is your contract, Chancellor Zungu. You commit, you follow through, and then you deliver. Period, no questions asked. I'm very proud of how you've always put education first, if not at the center of it all. I've been silent about your membership in the Advisory Council of the Business School in UCT some 15, 20 years ago, and I'll be silent in your capacity, in recognizing your capacity as the founder of Zico and the director of many companies. Because today, I just want to celebrate your leadership in making education fashionable. Today, I just want to celebrate your pioneering achievements in encouraging society through education. I'm humbled to stand here before this audience and forever dream that I myself one day will certainly return the favor. Stand up, be counted, show some leadership the same way you've always done to us. Leaders, Manzini, remember that our 6 a.m. bus ride to Vukuzake always commenced on this very highway, Mangosuthu Highway. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. If plowing back to education was a person, it certainly would have been you. The statement you made on or around 1994, when this young man was born, is still resounding even today. Today, to me and to most of us, comes as no surprise that you would achieve this kind of recognition in our very township when we were all born. Once again, you made your statement, you followed it through, and you delivered on it. Lead our kids to greener pastures, Manzini. Lead them so that they themselves will make education fashionable. As for Amazulu, though, Brayaka, mina ngiyibhakaniya, so I will leave it there and not say much. But in closing, Babu Zungu, my fellow brother, comrade, and friend, may God continue to guide you, protect you, your beloved family, and guide you to lead this beloved institution. I really tried to keep it as short as possible, but your string of achievements could not allow me to. Salute, ladies and gentlemen, to Babu Zungu. Kwabeni, siyabonga.
Siyabonga to all the congratulatory messages, for all the congratulatory messages that have been delivered. May I ask you just once more, let's applaud everyone who has been here. Siyabonga. I would like to make a special introduction for our next speaker, who will come and deliver a congratulatory message as well. I'm introducing to you, ladies and gentlemen, the founder of Mangosuthu University of Technology, who will also deliver a congratulatory message as per the program. It is an honor to always have you at MUT when we call. It is such a humbling experience to have you in our presence. I know that just recently you were on stage as well during the graduations, and you took your time and you honored the invitation to come. So you did so as well today, in spite of your pressing commitment. Siyabonga kakhulu. It is a humbling experience indeed. Can we honor the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes to the stage? Deservedly so.
The Chancellor of the Mangosuthu University of Technology, Mr. Sandile Mzwenkosi Zungu, the Acting Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Marcus Ramhale, the Administrator, Professor Lawrence van Staden, our Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, the Honorable Dr. Plain Zumandi, Pepet, Program Director and Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Shmanyane Makua, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Sbia, and Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Dr. Van Kolla, the Registrar, Dr. Pumzile Masala, Emeritus Justice of the Constitutional Court, Justice Kampembe, and Chancellor of the University of Pretoria, Sheng, President and members of the MUT Convocation, members of the Student Representative Council, staff, students, friends, Excellency, the representative of the Pan-African Parliament, Mrs. Bridget Mutsipe Khadebe, staff, students, friends, and distinguished guests. More than 40 years ago, when we built the Mangosuthu Technical here in Mlazi, my vision was to create an institution that would equip the youth of this community so that they would be able to shape and own the future. It was a bold vision for our people who were suffering under the cruel injustice of political oppression in this country, and the future did not yet belong to our youth. We're still fighting for that inheritance, but even as we fought, I knew that we needed to prepare the next generation so that when we finally won, they'll be ready to take the reins and be able to thrive. I would also like to pay tribute to the family of our Chancellor, Ms. Mokubane, and the rest of the family. Now, with each successful year, this institution produced a battalion of capable young South Africans who were ready and equipped to become the leaders, to be administrators, to be entrepreneurs and employers that our future so desperately needed. And once we achieve liberation, MUT continue to meet the need for trained, equipped, and capable youth who would build our shared future. I'm proud that today, the Mangosuthu University of Technology is still fulfilling its original vision, equipping our youth to shape and own the future. And I'm proud still to finally see one of his own stories as Chancellor. I think it is quite apt that the hall in which this organization takes place is named after my uncle and mentor, Dr. Pixligai Saraseme, who is not a legend to me. When I was a young matriculant at Adams College, south of here, he had an operation in one eye. And his nephew, he sent for me to dictate to me various correspondence and things that he did. More than 100 years ago, Dr. Sema delivered his iconic speech in London, which was titled The Regeneration of Africa. In that speech, he foresaw the chains of Africa dissolving, Zululand becoming the seat of science and our cities alive with business and commerce. This would happen, said Dr. Sema, because, and I quote him, quote, having learned that knowledge is power, the African is educating his children, unquote. It is this very knowledge that has driven my own pursuit to educate our children. And I'm so proud today that the university is installing a chancellor whose passion, one of his greatest passions is education. It is why I prioritized education during the liberation struggle, while others felt that education could wait. Because the schools of KwaZulu stayed open, while schools across our country were being banned, the now Chancellor of MUT was able, during his school days, to compete in the KwaZulu regional finals of the National Science Olympiad. His academic pursuit was launched because those who understood Dr. Sema's words fought for education. While I was studying at the University of Cape Town School of Business, Mr. Zungu actually invited me to address the students. When I was a student himself, UCT was my alma mater, having conferred an honorary doctorate on me. And that time, however, there was a massive campaign of propaganda, toxic and intense, against me. And I was surprised how this boy could through this thick, toxic vitriol against me. I thought there was something strange about this boy. I thought this boy will go very far. And I'm sure all of us agree that this boy has gone very far. Our movement, the ANC, has rejected the creation of homelands. It's a fact. But my leaders, Nkosi Albert Luchuli and Mr. Oliver Tambo, had urged me to accept the leadership of KwaZulu, believing that I could undermine the system from within as part of a multi-strategy approach to fighting apartheid. As a local cadre, I followed the instruction. Honorable Minister, I think that I did this as a cadre of the African National Congress. Whatever views people have about me, I could never have imagined how painfully that would be used against me when the lie began to circulate that I was somehow complicit in the system of oppression, because I led the KwaZulu government. Despite this lie and all the propaganda against me, this young man by the name of Sandile Zung was not misled. He saw right through it to the truth of what I was doing for our people. I respect him for that, and invited me to speak at the University of Cape Town. His instinct for the truth told me that he would go very far in life. And indeed, we all agree that this young man has gone very far. And indeed, Mr. Zungu has by now attained many great achievements, as we heard from his CV, of which we were very proud. And one of them, of course, is certainly the Amazulu Football Club. But even if he's already a grandfather, he's still a young man. There's a remarkable future still ahead of him. And we look forward to what he'll achieve next, both at the MUT and beyond. And I know what he's taking on as he steps into this position. For I served as Chancellor of the University of Zululand for 21 years. And I know the expectations, real and unreal, that people have about a Chancellor. It is a massive responsibility, but it's also a blessing. For it allows one the opportunity to serve not only this generation, but the generation of tomorrow, who will live in the world we're shaping. So that is the blessing and the responsibility that Mr. Zungu inherits today. And I would like also acknowledge the presence of members of the Zulu royal family. He has a very appropriate name, from my point of view, Nkosi. Because there are members of the royal family here who, like me, are descendants of the great freedom fighter, King Tejayo Rampande. King Tejayo Rampande was actually a son of Gumbazi Zungu. She was the queen mother of the time of King Tejayo. So that all of us who has the blood of the Zungu flowing in our veins are very proud for today about that relationship. Although I must say, that I think we're fortunate to have a person the kind of heart which I know you have. Because my great-great-grandmother, I think Prince Pedi and my son, the two boys who are here, and other members of the royal family, will not be very proud of the fact that Ugamboni, she was the daughter of Mboni, Zulu. But you'll see why, in fact, sometimes we're not very proud about her. It should be very clear. I'll make this very clear very soon. Because somehow she was supposed to be very mean, or, so your great aunt, whatever. As you'll see, ibongo zakho koko, umsoyazi wawumbengeni. Umsizi wabakude, abaseduze abakhala naye. Uyincisha yena, wazoncisha nenkosi yosana. They said she was so stingy that even he could not even give food to drink as well his own son. But I know that you are just the opposite of that. That is the blessing we're here to celebrate today. As we walk in, may your walk in Kwaweni strengthen this great institution. Minister, as the founder of this institution, I know that you carry one of the heaviest portfolios in the cabinet. And I must say that sometimes I feel very ashamed when I feel obliged to drop you a line now and then, because I feel very guilty about adding further burdens when I know that you are one of the most burdened ministers in that cabinet. So we're very pleased that, Minister, you give the attention that you have given over the years, over the problems of this institution. Honored guests, before I end my remarks, allow me please to extend my deepest sympathy to the MUT family and the family of the late Mr. Tolani Ngema. Such brutality is just impossible to comprehend. Please know that we are all with you in the pain of this, of those. Siyabonga Kwaweni. Sithi unele lonke sengayo. Wazi ukuthi uma kwenza ungalungile sonke sinegazi lakwaZungu. Kodwa umuntu angalikhipha kanjani Nkosi yami? Sibona masho. Ngiyathokoza Kwaweni.
Thank you. Thank you once again. I'm not sure if the sound is still on. Is it on? Okay. Siyabonga kakhulu. We thank you, Prince Buthelezi, for the speech. Sounds like, I'm not sure if the sound is on. Okay, better, sounds better now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the last speaker, who is going to give us a congratulatory message as well. But before he comes to the stage, I would like to give a special acknowledgement as well, because we're heading to the close of the program, to the chairperson of the NSFAS board. His name was mentioned here earlier, Mr. Ernest Kosa. We thank you for coming. I'm not sure where you seated, but we thank you for coming and honoring the invitation to be here today. well, needless to say, Ernest was the chairperson of the SRC. At the same time, I was a student. So there's a special attachment to that. Thank you for coming. And I would also like to acknowledge Judge Sisi Hampepe as well for making it here. I'm sure that all our dignitaries who are here have duly been acknowledged. I'm going to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, someone who's no stranger to me or to you at all, but we are really honored to have at MUT who Dr. Bonginkosi Emmanuel, also known as Bladen Zimande, who was appointed as the Minister of Higher Education and Innovation in South Africa in 2019. Dr. Nzimande led several projects that we may be familiar with. He was very prominent during the outbreak of the pandemic. We also know that he led the launch of the Hydrogen Society Roadmap, the establishment of the Interministerial Committee on Science, Technology, and Innovation, as well as leading the effort for the development of a local vaccine for COVID-19. He was the Minister of Transport from 27 February 2018 to 25 May 2019, and the Minister of Higher Education and Training from May 2009 until 17 October 2017. Dr. Nzimande has served as a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC from 1994 till 2017, and again 2019 up to the present. He was a General Secretary of the South African Communist Party from July 1998 until 16 July 2022, and appointed the National Party from July 2022. He served as a Member of Parliament and Chair of the Portfolio Committee between 1994 and 1999. Dr. Nzimande holds a doctorate in philosophy and sociology, specializing in industrial and labor studies from the University of Natal, attained in 1992. His accolades and achievements are numerous, and I may not be able to mention them all, but it is an honor to have you on stage at Mangosuthu University of Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, let us appropriately and deservedly so honor the Minister of Higher Education. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you very much. The program director, thank you very much, and thank you for your very kind remarks. Let me start by greeting the Honorable Nkosi Umangosuthu Shenk, who is a member of parliament and the founder of Mangosuthu University of Technology. Maybe before I even proceed to acknowledge others, umntwana uqinisile uma kunenkinga eMangosuthu uyangifonela. Kushiye yonke into kuthiwa uyangifuna. So Alisa, akungakwenzi lokho ukuthi uphatheke kabi, umsebenzi wethu lo. Uma ubona nje kukhona okungahambi kahle eMangosuthu, ubona ukuthi kufanele ngingenelele, uqhubeke nje ungishayela ucingo. Ngoluphendula ucingo lwakho ngilibuyisele futhi. He really does care about this institution. I can confirm that. Let me greet the newly elected Chancellor, Mr. Sandile Mzwenkosi Zungu, Nomesis Zungu. Ngiyabona nensizwa zakhe ezimbili zikhona la. Na wonke umndeni omanzini okhona. Let me greet the Administrator, Professor van Staden, the Acting Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Ramukhale, Dr. Nkosinathi Sishi, our Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Ms. Bridget Motsepe Khatebe, the Pan-African Parliament Ambassador, who is with us here, the Deputy Vice Chancellors of these institutions and other members of executive management, officials from the Department of Higher Education and Training and my ministry. Let me also greet Mr. Ernest Kosa, the chairperson of the board of NSFAS. Sometimes it gets worried. It says, Minister, why did you appoint me? Because people tend to confuse the name of NSFAS. Since I've been appointed now, they want to call it NSFAS because I'm Ernest Kosa. Let me also greet Ms. Sun Anlin, the Deputy Consul General of the People's Republic of China in South Africa. Now, the chancellors who are here, I won't mention those I've seen because I may leave others. All of you, the chancellors that I've seen, who have joined us here, you are most welcome. Council members from this university and other universities, as well as executives from other universities. Ngibingelela nabantwana basebukhosini eNdlunkulu ngokukhulu ukuzithoba, representatives from industry, all the staff of Mangosuthu University of Technology, trade union leaders. We got the line from the trade union leader here, very clear. Ngizwile mina, nobabu umanzini izwile. The leadership of the students, including the SRC president, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, let me greet all those who are here, and I am sorry if those I've left, all protocol observed in terms of our own South African lingo. Sanibonani. First and foremost, allow me to thank the administrator of the university, Professor Van Staden, for inviting me to this special occasion of the installation and inauguration of Mr. Sandile Zungu as Chancellor of the Mangosuthu of Technology, Mangosuthu University of Technology. I'm really deeply honored to be part of this special occasion and share this historical moment with you, Gwabin, your family, the entire MUT community, and South Africa at large. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zungu's association with Umlazi, as we have heard, is a personal one. And I really do have identification with people who identify with their townships and who are proud of their townships. They may be dirty, I'm proud of my Dambuza with the mud houses and so on, because that's the place that made me. I must honor you for that, Manzini, for being proud. Ukuthi umuntu waseMlazi. Akulona ihlazo ukuzalwa eMlazi nokukhulela eMlazi, ngoba kukufundisa izinto eziningi engineqiniso ukuthi zizokwenza ukuthi ube yichancellor right from the institution. We are also proud, as it has been said, of your very significant achievements. And please accept my warmest congratulations to you on your appointment as the Chancellor of this university. I think I agree ne-leader ye-union. Angaziphi le-union, ukhulumisa komuntu kwanehawu kodwa. Uyongixolela uma ungena umuntu kanehawu. Ukhulumisa komuntu kanehawu, liyezwakala izwi labantu bakwanehawu ngiyalazi. You are right when you advise the Chancellor not to wear anybody's shoes. Let him wear his own shoes. Because already your shoes are big enough. So you don't have to go to look for other shoes. Wear your own shoes and be able to perform the role that you want to perform. I believe that your appointment as Chancellor of MUT presents enormous opportunities for this university to tap into your networks, for funds and industrial networks, to help contribute towards a MUT that must respond to the education and training needs, largely of the dependents of the working class and the poor in this country. Having appointed Mr. Zungu, the university, of course, as many speakers have said, must deliberately seek to leverage his networks and associates to improve the profile of MUT, including something that I'm absolutely passionate about, linking MUT with industry in order to facilitate work-based learning for all learners of this university. Both my departments of higher education and training and science and innovation wish you the greatest of success, Manzini, in your appointment, and we are looking forward to your contribution, not only in the rebuilding of this university, but to play a role in the broader post-school education and training community, which includes the university community. Your role as a chancellor. Well, the role of chancellors immediately we associate it with presiding over all congregations, and in particular confer all degrees and award all diplomas and certificates at graduation. By the way, this is one of the most important tasks. People who look at a distance, oh, the chancellor sits there and is capping people. I've never forgotten the day I was capped at the University of Zululand. Never, ever. Ngakepwa uyena umntwana. Noma sasiwe sigijimisana ngalezaa nsuku. Kodwa-ke wangikepha umntwana. You know, being kept, it's a huge moment. That is why I would like to actually urge abasebenzi bakithi nabafundi ukuthi no matter how angry you can be, there is one thing you can never disrupt, is a graduation ceremony. It's a very special occasion. That is why acting VC and the administrator, I enjoy this song of graduation ceremonies. I'm glad you haven't changed it. Some people say we must change it because we are African and sing some African song. That song is actually the origins of higher education, of university education. To me, it's each time I listen to it, it touches me so nicely inside. So there are certain things we can say we inherited them from colonialism, but this one, don't change it, continue. This song is lovely. Leyo gqoka amajazi abantu bebahle benje ngiyithanda kabi angiyikhohlwa kuze kube nanamhlanje. Also mainly because in South Africa, most of the students, especially from this university, come from families. They are the first ones in their families to ever see a door of a university, what it looks like. They are the first ones forever. So we must appreciate that. Now, though your office, so I was trying to emphasize that capping is very important. Some people may see it. You may sometimes find it a bit boring. I was once a chancellor myself, you know, but just move on, keep on doing it, because it means a lot to those students. Siyasibona manje ziyagida ingane zakwethu uma ziyograde. Ubona ukuthi imnandi lento eyenziwayo. So that role is very important. Also, you are an ambassador as a chancellor for advocating to raise the profile of the institution and advance its interests nationally, regionally, and internationally. One challenge I can give to you, Manzini, I travel a lot. The nature of our work is to travel a lot outside the country. And all the time, people, oh, you come from South Africa, we are a minister from South Africa. We work well with the universities, and they will mention the usual universities. UCT, Stellenbosch, Wits, Pretoria, KZN, but they never mention universities like Mangosuthu University of Technology, which are historically disadvantaged institutions, which must have international relations and benefit from those. I feel very strongly and passionate about the historically disadvantaged universities. And I want to declare here to prove that I'm very pleased that I am the minister who established and set up an over 300 million rands program called the Sibusiso Bhengu Development Program, specifically targeted at historically disadvantaged institutions. We want Mangosuthu to grow. I agree with that sentiment. But when you grow, don't say you want to grow and be like UCT. Don't say you want to grow and be like TUT, where the administrator comes from. Grow and be MUT that you want it to be. Have your own specialization, have your own pride, have your own unique contribution to university education in South Africa. Angiyithandi le nto kuthiwa ukuze MUT ibonakala ukuthi yinhle kufanele ifane ne-UCT. Uzofanelani ne-UCT ngoba i-MUT inomsebenzi wayo la eMlazi okufanele ukuthi udeliver. Even nationally and internationally, this university has got a capacity for innovation to do great things that can be of benefit to the whole of humanity. I named that program after Professor Sibusiso Bhengu as our first Minister of Education in a democratic South Africa. Also, we know we are not full-time here, but also assist us sometimes when there are conflicts to act as a mediator. Push the stakeholders to speak. Now, from my experience, in many instances, siyaxabana silwa because sometimes management nabafunda bafuna ukukhuluma with each other, even on things that can actually be solved. Kuze kuyobizwa mina ngiwuminister. I don't run any university. Ngicela ningangibizi. Hlanganani nixoxe inkinga, ayikho inkinga engaxazululeki uma ixoxa. Ngibizeni kuphela la senibona khona ukuthi ke nihlulekile sekufanele kungene uminister. Hayi ukuthi sibekwa nje. Dzimanda uphi? Ngimenyezwe ngile nibe nihluleka ukuxazulula inkinga zenu. Lekelela manzini kulo ndawana. Lekelela kulo ndawana. Now, I'm also hoping that, honestly, as the president of the convocation was saying, that today with your inauguration, this must mark a turning over of a new page for this institution. Like Inkosi Ubuthelezi, there is nothing, this university has been put under administration perhaps more than any other one. It surely can't be. Ithalathiwe in the institution. Yindaba engathi khona ojabulani abangena la. Abenza ukuthi njalo kuhlale kuneyinkinga. Ojabulani ke ngilinganisa ngalento kuthiwa khona ojabulani siyabazi le ngesintu ke. Kuthiwa omunye wabaleka lini izulu, wayongena phelwa ngukubo. Wafike wotha wathi lejive eminyaka. Ngabe bapho ojabulani. Kwabalekwa la ekhaya. Kwangena ojabulani la eMangosuthu. Angikholwa ukuthi kwangijabulani so. We must clean this institution. It's one of our pride. This thing of endless instability. Also, I want to say this. When university councils must play a role of overseeing the functionality of the institution. We don't want university councils who spend hours discussing tenders in a university council. You must know that there is something wrong. The council ingena kuphi kuma-tender institution. Ask for a report from the vice chancellor in a council meeting ukuthi anike the management report. Okuyiyona ezokhuluma ngama-tender, and you can't go deep. That's what sometimes causes problems. I can tell you before, the problems here, so Alisa, was that. The council yalo ibangama-tender. Kuzoba ne-student accommodation, ngikhipha imali, hayi ke kube ngiyiqhathile. Kuze kuthi angiyilande le mali. So, I would like, Manzini, to give yourself an opportunity just to study the independent assessors' reports on what went wrong with this institution. So that in your own way, You could actually act, of course, you're not running the institution, to understand how we can deal with those problems. This university enrolls 13,000 students annually. That's not small. It's becoming a bigger institution. Yes, it's smaller than some of our other institutions, but it's growing. So we expect nothing else from it except to provide high quality education. High quality education. I have confidence that under the leadership of the Administrator, Professor van Staden, working together with management of the university and the new Chancellor, will begin to see the tide turns, and this university becoming more impactful, particularly in the area of Umlazi. Uyazi uma unenkinga ngengikudabukele Shenga. Ngoba igama lakho nje kuthiwa kunenkinga eMangosuthu, awubheke iMangosuthu. Awubheke nje into ezingalungile eMangosuthu, lakho njalo igama elihamba phambili noma kukhulunywa nge-institution. So that's not correct. It's not right. Ukuthi uqhubeke lento. This thing must come to an end. Namhlanje kwabini uma sobekwa wena sizongcwaba iMUT ena endless governance problem. Other thing that I say is that, you know, universities of technology, we don't call them University of Technology just out of fencing the term. They've got a very unique and particular role to play in our country. You know why? It's simple. You know, I always tell people that we have got a very upside down higher education system in our country, or post-school, let me put it that way. You have got more university students than TVET college students. It's wrong. And we have got more traditional universities than University of Technology. It's wrong. Because it's simple, Manzin. When as an engineer, you will understand this thing simple. A professional engineer on his or her own is meaningless unless that engineer has 5 or 6 technicians below. All right? And then below that is 15 or 16 artisans. Even when you go to health, you need a medical practitioner, you need nurses, you need nursing assistants, and so on. Universities only produce the professional engineers, your traditional universities. The 5 technicians are produced by Mangosuthu University of Technology. If this goes wrong, your engineering profession will go wrong because you won't have technicians. You can't have 15 artisans without TVET colleges. That's why TVET colleges are not a substitute for those who haven't gone to university. They are institutions where we should be sending more of our young people. That's why one of the tasks I would really like to give to you is that Mangosuthu University of Technology must strengthen relationship with Coastal TVET College around here. Why? Why? Mangosuthu must also train TVET College lecturers. You have that responsibility, by the way. And TVET College lecturers who are training students in things that are current. Yaskala ngifuna ukuqeda. Asabe nama TVET College lecturers afundisa motor mechanics, afundisa ingane zethu kukhanda uValiant. Awusakho uValiant, mina ngiyawuthanda uValiant, ngiyayithanda imoto eni. Sekuye kungafanele ngiyobheka lapho ukonje ubani wayekwazi ukukhanda uValiant. Can't be teaching ingane zethu ukukhanda uValiant. Awusakho uValiant. Lento ukuthi imoto uma ingadumi hamba ovula ama-point ufaka usunpipe uyishikishe liyabanda izulu ayisekho leyo. Without EMUT forging a partnership at close with TVET colleges, we are not going to get the 15 artisans that you need, the very technicians that you produce here, and then your professional engineers. That is why, Gamanzin, mina ngajaka ukuzala ngathi ke ningabe nisamiyeka mbambeni eduze, because iwariyami, a lot of our universities of technologies are beginning to drift away from, for instance, work placement in the last year of the students here. Here, every student last year must be going to a workplace. Now, some of our universities of technology, they want now to exclusively focus on research. We are not saying don't do research, but if you do away with work placement, then we are no longer a university of technology. We need technicians in South Africa in thousands for our economy. Therefore, Mangosuthu University of Technology must strengthen relations with industry such that students who come out of here, at least their last year, they have 8 to 9 months in a real workplace. Akulona ihlazo lokho. Akulona ihlazo ukuthi abantwana bahambe bayosebenza. Now, let me move towards the ending by just mentioning this thing, that like every year, we have challenges when our institutions start. I want to congratulate you that you started on a good footing this time as MUT. It's very important. Reflect on that. What is it that we have done right this time that you might not have done right last year? Because we want our institutions to be stable. It can't be that each year our institutions must have instability. It's good, as you say, also that the chair of NSFAS, Ernest Kosa, is here, so that also it's part of developing your relationship. He's a very good chairperson because he's everywhere. You can see he was a student activist. That's why we made him a chair, because he understands the plight of the students. That's very important. Now, I would therefore like to state that I am very concerned about the disturbances that are happening at the beginning of each year. But I, as a minister, every October I start consultations and engagements with all the stakeholders in our universities, right up until the academic year starts. I do it as a routine. I meet with everybody, and they can tell me whatever they want to tell me. I'm also concerned about things that must come to an end, like violent destruction of property during protests. That is wrong. You know, fees must fall. Those 2 years, we have 850 million rands worth of damage to property, including the burning of a brand new science laboratory at Northwest University. Emafikeng election njengala emlas. A brand new yashiswa yaphela. No matter how angry you can be, you can't destroy property. In fact, I want to say kuma students ethu nabasebenzi ngoba bayalwazi lo limi engilukhulumayo ke manje lo ama comrades. Not abusing the platform, share. But I must say, tell them this. To ban university property is counter-revolutionary. It's not in advancing the kind of South Africa that we want. And it's to be selfish, by the way. You are banning the property at university, depriving the students who are coming after you that they are actually not going to have. You can't have young leaders or worker leaders who are selfish, who only think about themselves and what they want now, and not think about the future of the country. In fact, very well said, that what we are doing today, we are shaping the conditions for the future, for those who come after. So everybody has a responsibility. You know what also frightened me? I want to say this. At the height of fees must fall, there was an attempt to go and ban a library at Wits University that has got the original recordings of the Rivonia trial, and it's the only documentation that we have. But there were those who were actually wanting to go and ban that because they are angry. South Africa. How can you ban such important history? UKZN, we lost a library that has got records that we will never, ever be able to get again. Universities are very important because they are also repositories of our own history and our own knowledge. Let me end ke ngokuthi ngiqale ngiphendule kancane upresident we-convocation. Ama-students aNSFAS akweletayo ilawa aqala ukufunda before 2018. Akho students aNSFAS asikweletayo manje from 2018. Sikhokha yonke into. We pay everything for our NSFAS students. You get paid your tuition, you get paid your accommodation, you get paid for food, you get paid for your books, and we even give you a monthly allowance. Ukuthi uthenge shield for sportsmen ube mhlunuke kahle uma uyinsizwa. That's what we do. So no NSFAS student funded from 2018 is supposed to be owing. Those who are owing are coming from before 2018, and we have even said to universities, all students who have completed but they are owing, please give them their statement of results so that they can prove that they have actually completed the degree or the certificate or diploma. If there's a university that doesn't do that, come and tell me that, because I will deal with that university. So there is no need for any student to say, I don't have proof. Whether you can get a certificate when you are still owing, I'm looking into that also. Because I'm not a lawyer, but I don't know, Professor Van Staden. How constitutional is that? That you can hold my certificate because I owe you. I have my doubt. I'm not supposed to be talking like this as a minister. But I have my doubt. I was one of the drafters of the Constitution. I'm proud of that. Because if I owe you, give me my certificates. Then if I don't pay, take me then to the institutions where you report people who are not paying. But for now, every student is entitled at least to his or her own results, statement of results, to say that we have actually completed. That is very important. This institution, as I end, caters for dependents of the working class and the poor. Do you know that NSFAS alone in this university supported 9,343 students out of the 14,000 students? That's huge. 66% or 2/3 of students at this university are supported by NSFAS. They would not be here were it not because of NSFAS. By the way, NSFAS last year alone spent 11 billion rand on student accommodation. 11 billion. That's massive. It's huge. That is why we are saying, by the way, we must cap how much NSFAS students can be charged by those who provide private accommodation and say no more than 45,000 rand a year. That's about 4,500. Uma ukhokhisa umfundi imali engaphezu kwa-4,500 ekamereni elilodwa. Hayi khona. 4,500 ngenyanga umfundi ekamereni elilodwa kwenziwa imali phela la. Kusho ukuthi kuthathwa ngokuthi kwahulumeni kuqetshula umkhongo. That's why we are putting a cap, and we are unapologetic about that. NSFAS has said where there are problems with certain universities, they will address that, but we are not moving away from a cap. Awungitshele umfundi okhokha u-4,500 ngeroom eThekwini hlobone room leyo. That's a room of a professional actually. So ke sinento esifuna ukuyiqeda. Manje ke bese kuba khona beindaba abathi ya uNzimande uzodala uchuku nayo yonke lento. Ababheka ukuthi uma sikwazi ukuthi sibe nemali enye siyibekayo, sikwazi ukuthi support abanye abantwana abaqhamuka emizini ehluphekayo. Kungabi labantu abafuna ukuzoflisa, to come and fleece this government. This government is not there to be fleeced. We are there to support especially students from the poor and the working class, and to ensure that Mangosuthu University of Technology becomes a good university. Sengikhulume kakhulu ke nje Gwabini mangingasummarize bengizokubongela. Manje ke inkinga uma ubiza uminister akakwazi ukuthi uma ekubongela kungabikho into ayifakayo ezinye. Ezibalekile kodwa nawe okufanele ukuthi uzazi. I have great confidence in you that you will be a great chancellor of this university. Thank you very much.
Ask anyone who develops programs for events, and they will tell you that in events, as in real estate, it is always location, location, location. I have been given the most important task in this program by the virtue of the location of my item in the program. I stand between you and your lunch, but worry not, because I don't plan on standing here for a long time. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked hard to make the inauguration of our Chancellor a success. I would like to thank all honorable guests who blessed us with their presence. Honorable Minister, words cannot express our sincere appreciation for your presence in this event. Siyabonga Mphephethu and the officials present from the Department of Higher Education and Training. Thank you to the MUT founder, Umntwana wakaPhindangene, for gracing this inauguration through your presence. Shenge, Nyamana Kangangelele. I would like to thank the MUT founder. I would like to thank the Chinese consulate in Durban for its presence. Our sincere appreciation to the MUT Chancellor and family. Siyabonga Manzini, Gwabini, Nyamakayishi, Ishangabapepezeli. To all chancellors of various universities present, the administrator, Professor Lauren Verstaden, and your technical team, executive management of MUT, representatives from the Department of Basic Education, members of the royal family, industry captain and partners, Student Representative Council, MUT Convocation Executive, alumni, MUT staff and students, and the organizing team led by the Office of the Registrar. Your presence is highly appreciated. This event would not have been a success without you. Furthermore, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all our performers from the MUT choir, whose participation added lustre to the occasion. On behalf of you all, I would like to thank the members of the protection services and other members of staff from various support services departments who have been involved in the arrangement for this function today. Finally, a big thank you to all of you for making this day a success. Siyabonga kakhulu. A very last agenda item that we have all been waiting for. As soon as the Chancellor leads the esteemed guests away from the stage, the MUT management invites all our guests to join us on your right side, where we have a white marquee for lunch. Thank you.
We have now come to the end of the formal proceedings of this event. Before we close, I wish to invite all present to the reception outside in the foyer, if there are any. Then we are all requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem and to remain standing until the assembly has been dissolved and the academic procession has left the auditorium. By the powers invested in me, I hereby dissolve this assembly of the Mangosuthu University of Technology.
Yeah, kakhulu.